My dad's siblings showed up demanding his estate and wearing our dead mom's jewelry while saying we weren't real family, so I destroyed them one by one. My dad was the youngest of 5 kids and the only one who actually made something of himself. While his siblings bounced between jobs and bad decisions, Dad became an electrician, started his own company, and built it into a successful business with 15 employees. He bought a nice house, invested smart, and made sure me and my sister Kelly never wanted for anything. His siblings always acted friendly when they needed something though. Uncle Robert needed a loan for his 5th business idea that would definitely work this time. Aunt Diane's car broke down, and Dad was the only one who could help. Uncle Tony needed Dad to hire his son who couldn't keep a job anywhere else. Aunt Marie wanted Dad to co-sign her apartment lease because her credit was destroyed. Dad helped every single time because he said that's what family does. He never asked for anything back, never held it over their heads, just quietly wrote checks and fixed problems. When Dad got sick with cancer, none of them visited. Not once in 8 months of treatment. Too busy, too far, too hard to see him like that. Kelly and I were 19 and 21, taking turns driving him to chemo, sleeping in hospital chairs, managing his business while he fought to stay alive. His siblings sent a few texts asking for updates, but that was it. Dad died on a Tuesday morning holding our hands. His siblings showed up to the funeral 40 minutes late, made big speeches about what a wonderful brother he was, then asked when we were reading the will. Here's the thing about Dad. He was old-fashioned about some stuff. He never updated his will after our mom died 10 years earlier. It still listed her as the primary beneficiary with his siblings as secondary if she predeceased him. His lawyer said it was a mess, but technically legal. The house, the business, his investments, everything would go to his siblings. Me, Kelly, and I were only mentioned as beneficiaries of our college funds, which we'd already used for school. The day after the funeral, Uncle Robert showed up at our house with a locksmith. Said we had 30 days to move out, but he wanted to inventory everything now to make sure we didn't steal anything. Aunt Diane was already going through Dad's office, taking his watch collection he'd spent years building. Uncle Tony had contacted Dad's business accountant to start the sale process. Aunt Marie was in our mom's jewelry box, the one Dad kept exactly how she left it, trying on rings. When I told them this was wrong, they said we weren't real family anyway. Uncle Robert actually said Dad was their blood. We were just kids he got stuck with when he married our mom. Diane said we should be grateful Dad paid for our college and not get greedy. Tony said if Dad wanted us to have anything, he would have fixed his will. Marie said we were adults now and could take care of ourselves. They gave us 2 weeks instead of 30 to get out. Said they needed to sell the house fast and we were in the way. Kelly cried for 3 days straight. I spent those 3 days doing something else. See, Dad taught me his business from the ground up. I knew every client, every contract, every employee. More importantly, I knew all his siblings' dirty secrets because Dad used to vent to me about their problems. Uncle Robert had been cheating on his taxes for years, claiming fake business expenses. Dad had helped him file correctly last year, but Robert went back to his old ways. Aunt Diane had a gambling problem she hid from everyone except Dad, who'd bailed her out of debt twice. Uncle Tony had gotten fired from his last job for stealing equipment, but Dad convinced them not to press charges. Aunt Marie had been collecting disability while working under the table at a salon. Dad knew because he'd seen her there while getting his hair cut, but I didn't use any of that. Instead, I called Dad's biggest client, Mr. Roger, who'd known me since I was 12 and always said I was like a granddaughter to him. Told him what Dad's siblings were doing. He was disgusted. Within a day, every client knew the story. Then I called Dad's employees, told them the new owners were selling immediately, and they should look for other jobs. Also mentioned that the siblings had called them lazy and overpaid in front of Kelly and me. That wasn't true, but the employees believed it because it sounded like something those greedy jerks would say. All 15 employees quit on the same day. The siblings couldn't run the business without them. Next, I visited Dad's estate lawyer. Full story on channel, link below.